We're talking about 361 Eleos. Welcome back. I am Cody with the Shoe In With Cody, and today we got ourselves a good one. We're talking about the 361 Eleos. I've had this shoe for a little while now, but about 31, 32 miles into the shoe, and I got a lot to say about this shoe. In this video, I'm going to cover the good, the bad, and the verdict. Should you buy this shoe? Yeah, this shoe right here. Now, before I dive into all of that, I do need to point out one thing. This shoe was provided to me by 361, but they have no idea what I'm going to put in this review, and they'll never have an opinion on any of the content I do. Now, before I dive into all this goodness, I also have a favor to ask. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. You know you want to. Costs you absolutely nothing, but it definitely helps the channel. Because I'm a positive guy, I'm going to start with the positives. And there are definitely a lot of things I like about this shoe, but the number one thing I like about this shoe is the Primo foam. Look at that. This thing is so freaking comfortable. This is a shoe, the Eleos, I'm going to put in two categories. Daily trainer and recovery day run. And man, does it work as a recovery day run. This is a shoe, because I'm a marathon training, I keep reaching for those recovery day miles. It just babies my legs. This Primo foam, it just babies my legs. I've never heard of Primo foam, and honestly, I haven't worn 361 shoes before until this one, and it's just been a huge surprise to me. And it just works really nice. Anytime I'm going between that 8 to 9 minute pace, this shoe is just definitely hitting the mark for me. The upper, really great lockdown, no issues at all. It's plush, but not it's not too plush. Sometimes with a shoe that's a recovery day shoe or like a cruiser shoe, I think brands put too much foam in it and it becomes it's just very unbreathable, and it just doesn't work for me. This shoe, I'm really happy to report. It's plush, but not too plush. And honestly, this tongue, I don't know if you all can see this in the camera, might be one of my favorite tongues for the pure fact it shapes to the top of my foot. It doesn't move, it's gusseted, and it just gets the job done, to be quite honest with you. This is definitely a shoe that I've enjoyed racking the miles in, and honestly, if you're looking for a daily trainer, recovery mile, or a long run shoe where you just don't care about pace, I think the Eleos is going to hit the mark for you. With the good, you do know there has to be some bad, and honestly, there's really only two bad for this shoe. One has to be the upper. While I said it had a great lockdown in, and it's plush but not too plush, I found it to be a little hot. We had a lot of heat waves here in Pennsylvania, and it definitely, my foot was cooking. It really was. I tried various different socks, lighter socks, more minimal socks. Really didn't help. Honestly, this shoe is definitely a hot one. So if you live down in the south and it's still hot down there, just buyer beware. The other one is, and I'm really surprised because you do have a lot of rubber on the outsole. Whew, the rainy runs I took this on, not the best. It really wasn't. There was times when I was slipping and sliding. I was a little shocked by that. Regular runs, when you're just out there and it's dry out, no issues at all. But definitely when it is raining, be careful with this shoe, because I did find myself when I was trying to push the pace a little bit, again, for my daily runs, my feet were slipping a little bit. And if you do jump in a big puddle, it just soaks it up and the shoe really doesn't dry. But in reality, those are the only two things I didn't like about this shoe. And they're not huge ones, but it is something I had to point out to y'all. You heard the good, you heard the bad. Now you want to know, should you buy this shoe? And I'm going to say yes. If you're looking for a daily trainer where your pacing is just comfortable, cruiser, or a recovery day shoe, yeah, I really think this hits the mark. This might be a top 2 recovery day shoe for me. I have 2 in mind, and this is definitely up there. So when I do my end of the year rewards, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up as my top recovery day shoe, because the Primo foam just does the job. It really does. It babies my legs. And the other thing I want to point out too is it's definitely an accommodating upper. So if you're looking for a recovery day shoe and you have a wideish foot, I do think this is definitely going to hit the mark with you. Again, 361, first time ever wearing this shoe. Thought it was a basketball brand. Knocked it out of the park for me. I had little to zero expectations when I got the Eleos. Happy I got this shoe in because it definitely hit the mark. I'm going to continue to use this during my marathon training because it babies my legs as a recovery day shoe. And honestly, as a recovery day shoe, daily trainer, long run where you don't care about pace, 361 knocked it out of the park. You heard the good, you heard the bad, and you heard my verdict. Now I want to hear from you. Have you tried this shoe? Do you like this shoe? Do you love this shoe? Do you hate the shoe? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. I definitely want to hear from you. And what other questions do you have about the shoe that I can help you with to get this on your feet? Thanks again for watching this review. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you all out on the road.